Yeah, go ahead. Then you can start again. Just
Yeah. So I was saying that back in 2011, I started going for a physical health checkup every year. And when I moved to Bay Area, when I took up a job, I wanted to have physical health checkup every year. I think early 2012 or 13, one of those years, my doctor told me I'm pre-diabetic. Um, I didn't know what to do. I didn't realize what could I have done to prevent that. But slowly, that pre-diabetic got into diabetic. 2014 or 15, I think I was started to officially being diabetic. And it only started to get worse and worse, right? So it started simple, but because I didn't know right kind of intervention. All I was depending was only on medication. So I think my A1C went all the way up to 8, and I had to take not only metformin but glimepiride, and I started to see more effect of it. I Then I wanted to do something about it. So that's when I reached out to South Asian Art Center. I think because for my wife, when she went to the PAM urgent care for a different issue, I think for a physical pain, I think she had a physical pain.
uh-huh.
The doctor suggested that it's better to go to South Asian Art Center in El Camino. They will tell you about lifestyle changes. It was not related to diabetic, but she just recommended that any patients who are Indian origin go to the South Asian Art Center.
Mhm.
So that motivated us to, reach out to you. We both of us reached out to you at the same time. We had our physical exam. That's when I got connected to Leela.
Uh-huh.
So this is my second year. My first year, I really liked what she gave the feedback, but I felt that I was not able to fully do what she asked me to do,
Uh-huh.
and I was completely honest and transparent with her that I understand what you're saying, but I don't think I'm nowhere close to what you have asked me. I still need your support. So I
Uh-huh.
enrolled for the second year. I think that consistent messaging helped me to okay, slowly build a habit of it, slowly use those interventions to bring lifestyle changes where I can stop reducing medication. So it was the same message, but I needed somebody to support me, uh, help me with my failures. I was not able to follow the process. I struggled with it. I think over the period of time, I was able to gradually maintain a consistency lifestyle. I think from last year, December, what I did is I started to do more of intermittent fasting. So that helped me to reduce weight. I actually drastically reduced weight, something like 20 pounds. I was able to reduce my medication. So the doctor removed me of most of my medications. So, and my glucose levels are also very, very stable now. I'm seeing like 89 or 90 in the mornings for fasting,
Oh,
which
okay.
I haven't seen any in the last few years. So hopefully, I feel if I continue the same trajectory, I can completely get rid of my medications. So
Amazing. Amazing. And so, which medication remains?
I have 500 mg of metformin, single dose.
500.
Yes.
Okay. And what does the doctor say? Is that a possibility to get rid of that as
Yes.
well?
Yes, she says if you continue see the same trajectory, we should be able to remove that too. And I feel confident that intervention, lifestyle changes will help me there. So
So, okay, so let's focus on your lifestyle intervention. So, so first of all, from our meds perspective, what do you feel most comfortable about?
so I think everything has to be done. So I think it was not one thing, but overall everything, right? The amount of carbs I take is reduced drastically. I'm more mindful of the food I eat. Um, it has become a second habit. Some days, even if I want to eat it, there's back of the mind guilt that doesn't allow me to eat more than that. So overall, my threshold for unhealthy food has drastically reduced. I can't take unhealthy food anymore. Like I do eat sometimes, but it's nowhere close to what I used to do before, right? So my threshold for unhealthy food has reduced. So overall, 9 out of 10 days I eat healthy food with that intervention and more active lifestyle. I go for a walk. I and the amount of I stopped eating any kind of unhealthy junk food. I think lifestyle that helped me a lot, and intermittent fasting is also helping me because it sort of I lost weight that any other intervention didn't help me to lose weight. And with not only weight but also my A1C has improved drastically. My BMI has reduced. I think I don't know whether it happens for everyone, but at least for me, I saw naturally it helped me with many. I don't know whether it's coincidence of every other action, every other factor, but what I've seen is that from December onwards, my A1C have improved drastically.
Hmm. Okay, and what about sleep and meditation? We didn't chat about that.
So sleep for me, I mean, so I read a book, Why We Sleep. I think that was around 3 years or 4 years ago. And I used to be, I used to sleep late in the night before that, like 12 or 1 p.m. But when I read that book, it was around the same time I was coming to El Camnarial Hospital, South Asian Art Center, when I read that book, Why We Sleep. So that book was a big eye opener for me, and at that moment, I decided that I will sleep on time. So for the last 3 4 years, I make sure I get sleep of at least 8 hours. I never actually stay awake after 10 a.m. at any cost, 10 p.m. at any cost. So yeah, so my sleep is always very consistent. So
It's an amazing kind of impact on your blood sugar levels with getting, sleep at the right time and for the
yes,
right amount. So yeah,
yeah.
awesome. Okay. And then what about meditation? Have you?
Meditation is something I was saying to Leela yesterday also, that I'm struggling with that. I know its importance. That is one intervention I need to be more consistent. If there's anything that I can do better, that is that part. Meditation is something I've been doing on and off and not being able to do it very consistently, but I really want to do that. That's one area I'm struggling with at this moment.
So do you have you identified a practice to kind of start meditation with?
So I have this I think app, I think Calm app. I play that app and just meditate quietly for 10 15 minutes. No, I don't have any formal, rigorous, or scientific method. I just close my eyes and try to stay focused. But yeah, I'm not very rigorous in, using any scientific method on that. If you ask me about that,
Okay. Okay. And you have attended our meditation workshop?
I've attended one workshop. Yes,
Okay. On meditation. All right. Very good. It's so encouraging to kind of hear your story. And I'm also very pleased that, now there are things that you are doing that click in without you thinking about it, right?
right.
Especially if you're able to
Yeah,
kind of, look at foods and be able to kind of decide which ones. That in
right.
itself is such a huge kind of,
Yes,
thing, and that is the one that will keep your blood sugar levels in check and all of
right.
that. I think like it looks like your sleep is very good, your exercise patterns are great. Did you end up joining any training, physical training class, such as one with Kunal or anything like that?
Not yet. So with remote setting, I didn't do. I enjoy more in person. So um, if possible, I want to start going in person somewhere. But yeah, I didn't go for
And
anything.
do
I
you
didn't
live
join anything.
locally
I live
here
in Cupertino.
in Cupertino? Yeah. So, clearly, Kunal, who's our exercise physiologist, you could get started with him, and he will take in-person, um, classes right now. You
I
might
see.
meet in a park or something like that, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Because that's the other thing is that, when your body is primed, you're doing the walk already. Now, as you build up your muscle, then that glucose absorption becomes even better,
mm,
right? Because then the muscles kind of get primed for that glucose absorption. And so that little bit of strength training can get you past that little 500 milligrams of metformin that's left to be,
I see.
taken out.
Okay.
So
I'll take that offer. I'll ask for Akila. Sorry. I'll
yeah,
ask for Leela to help me with connecting with Kunal, and I'll definitely use this opportunity.
yeah, and you might do like a month or two with him, and then it becomes a routine for you, just like the food part,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So that's one thing, and then on the meditation side, I think that will be continue to be a little bit challenging because it's not easy, until you figure out your own kind of routine that'll make it work, right? So you've got an app, which is great, so you can kind of use that guided app to help you with that piece of it. Um, one experiment that you could do or you could look at is, do you have any sleep apps as
Yes,
well?
yes, I do have the
You have
I watch Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, right? So, and I do not know when that triggers it, but one of the things that I've looked at is to look at the sleep pattern during the time that you are meditating.
I see.
And looking at during the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, do you get any pattern that matches with a pattern during sleep? Or is it an awake pattern? Okay. And if it's an awake pattern, is that awake pattern different from the pattern when you are actually alert and you're doing things? You know, because that visual to you can be a good trigger point to know that, okay, something is happening within the physiology when you are meditating.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think that's what I'm struggling with, right? Because you don't see the immediate benefit out of it. The feedback loop is not there. You struggle with it, right? So,
Right.
yeah,
So this might be just a way to have you say, okay, my pattern looks like this when I sit with the Calm app. And it either matches with a pattern that might be during your sleep cycle or it might be during your awake cycle. And if it's identical to your awake cycle, then obviously, you know, nothing is happening. But if it's a little bit different from your awake cycle and 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 it matches with something in your sleep cycle, like your REM sleep or something like that, uh, then you know that something is happening, right, during that time, and that you're getting either getting rest or not getting rest, etc. Right?
yeah,
Because that's the attempt is to kind of be able to get a deeper rest or more
yeah,
profound rest with meditation compared to even sleep. Right? You want to kind of
yeah,
get your cellular physiology to be in just a limbo. Nothing is
right.
happening. No work is being done, and it's accompanied by lower consumption of oxygen, lower elimination of carbon dioxide, etc. Because the body is not working, and that's
Makes
the
sense.
physiological change that can help you say, okay, something is happening, and while you exercise and you train, very physical things are happening. You might be sweating,
Yeah,
you might be out of breath, you will feel maybe more vigorous or tired or fatigued. So all of these things are happening in the body, but not during meditation. I mean, you don't perceive it during meditation, so it's harder to latch on to as a modality.
yeah, yeah. I think you exactly said the point, but uh, I think I need to trust the process, right? Just like I trusted that I can change intervention, I need to trust it because it worked for so many else. I know it's my personal thing. I need to. I will definitely work on it. Yeah, I know that's something I'm struggling, but I definitely want to work on it.
And Leela is still your coach right now, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So when you have the discussions with her, I think it can still kind of continue.
Yeah, I think she reminds me every time. That's the thing, right? This coaching habit. Um, One good thing I like about it is that they never give up. They don't assume that okay, I would never change, right? So she's very persistent. Even though I was not being doing it in the past, she was able to coach me again and again. I think eventually I changed. So I like the way you have coach and you believe in making change. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
All right. Okay, great. So let me do this. I'm going to stop the recording and I'll send you the recording. Would you be able to kind of just listen to it and transcribe it? If you actually put it up on your YouTube, it will translate it for you, all of the stuff that we've talked about,
Okay,
right?
I see.
And then you can take that story that is there and then edit it, like, with the words that you want to say, with edits that you can
Okay,
make. And then if you feel comfortable, you can share that with us so that we can use that story in our, in our blogs, in our other kind of, events. And I'll also pass it on to our marketing group so they can see, if they can use it as a story.
okay, sure.
Yeah?
Okay.
And then that way it will be easier. You don't have to do as much work. Otherwise, just writing a story is hard. So this way you already get it done. If you want, I can put it up on our YouTube. It won't be shared. It'll be an unlisted YouTube, but I'll translate it with the subtitles. So then
Okay.
then you can see the transcript already for everything. Or you can do it yourself. I mean, I'll be more comfortable if you do that yourself on
Okay.
your
Sure.
account
Okay.
for
I'll do that.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Sure. I'm actually, my profession is a privacy engineer, so I'm a little conscious about privacy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's why I
Yeah.
prefer
Sure.
that you do
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
rather than me doing it. But if you are happy to do it and share it, then that'll be awesome if we can use your, because you're young, and and you will have a huge impact on other people, young people who are having this type 2 diabetes, in making change and understanding that there is help, number one, but you have to take the help, and it
Yes.
can make a difference.
Sure. Anyway, if I can make that impact, I'll be happy. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, Shankar, good talking to you,
Good
and
talking to you, Ashish. Thank
we'll
you.
chat again soon. Yeah.
We'll chat again soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. I'll send you this video.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Bye.